What is up, everybody, and welcome to Dark Souls 2. Like everybody else on the face of the goddamn earth, I'm going to be doing a run-through. Why? Because Dark Souls 2 is finally out on the good old PC. And I finally have, after going through college and getting myself a job as a programmer and whatnot, and that's why I kind of thought videos, finally had money to go ahead and upgrade my computer, buy myself a decent graphics card, and I can actually run this game silky goddamn smooth. It looks incredible. The load times, if nothing else, are making this version for me as the version to play, because the load times are so much shorter than they've ever been, and that is amazing to me. Now, what we're gonna do for this guy, we're gonna mimic a character that I had on my PlayStation 3. Now, on the PlayStation 3, I had a guy called Krond, and Krond was a pugilist, meaning Krond used primarily power stancing Caestus, which are the fist strap weapons. They're actually incredibly good in this game. There's scale on strength with A and B, and B on dex. And not only that, but I'm actually, let's see, swordsman. I kind of feel like I want the clerics, not so much for the health or nothing, just I really don't care about the faith. What I really am thinking about with the cleric is that clerics start out with that mace. That's actually a really good mace. Let's do warrior. That's what I did for the other guy. And also we're going to get a bonfire aesthetic, because the other gifts I'm not really too keen on, to be honest. Body, whatever. Face, homeland, from good old strong looking people. Hair, ain't got no hair, but he will have a mustache of a fancy man. That mustache is colored. Colored? Color will be, let's make it yellow.
All people come here for the same reason, to break the curse. You're no different.
Alright, so that's going to be our pugilist. I will, for the most part, try my best to not use a shield. I tend to really only kind of break that when it's, actually I will like this bonfire, because we might at some point respec it. But I tend to only break that when a boss fight happens. Because as much as I've just never been good at rolling and using invulnerability frames for this game. I should, but I'm not. However, who knows? Maybe this game will be the one where I finally roll my way through victory. Man, it is so weird to start a new game again and have such very low health and endurance. I'm not used to it. But we'll get there. So I'm going to try and keep these videos shorter, and I say this in nearly all my videos, and I'm terrible at it, but I do want to be able to actually put them out on a certain schedule, and it tends to be about a gig and a half for every half hour, so I'm trying to do maybe 20 minutes, keep it simple. The goal for this video will be to get through and up to Valencia, the hag lady. She sells the Caestuses, and so by the time I get to her, I should have enough monies to actually buy at least one. So let's go do that now, I suppose. Kind of already. I was actually testing out audio and stuff, and I kind of started this video as a way to test out my audio and how it's recording, but I've already made the guy, and I don't want to do this again for another video, so I guess we'll actually just do this as a video. And I'm using, since I have an NVIDIA card now, I'm using NVIDIA's Shadow Play thing to record this and not Fraps or DX Story, so we'll see how this goes. Seems like I bound my microphone to Alt-M, and M brings up your shield and automatically blocks. So your shield will Stay blocking. There we go, gotta hit N before I mute and unmute my mic. That's okay. That's interesting though, you can just set it to automatically block. It seems to just lower your shield when you start to smash it, which is very easy. I might have to come up with a different keyboard command for it. Wow, I did. I really should have picked up the Estus flask before I came over here. I doubt I will die. Ow. Who knows? I'm actually playing with an Xbox controller, and I have not done that in a while because I played on PlayStation 3 with my actual, PlayStation 3. I actually should have healed before I came up here, so who's gonna come over here? This weapon's actually kind of vicious. I think of all the classes, the warriors tend to start out with the worst weapons for whatever reason. But there is a short sword in this area, so we'll grab that. Personally, I think the best starting weapons are either going to be... the best class that starts out with the best starting weapon for me are either... Can I do it with the broken straight swords? Or, power stance? What is it? 2 and 3? Oh. We'll do that. I think the classes that start out with the best weapons are either the cleric, because that mace is just unholy. That mace is like A strength scaling, and it's great. Apparently I cannot math well. I thought it was 7 dex 10 string, so I cannot dual wield these, unfortunately. But that's okay. I can dual wield these 2 broken straight swords, and that's actually doing pretty good. Probably better than just single wielding, than just using the normal short sword. So yeah, power stancing is a new thing, and in order to power stance, you have to have 1.5 times the highest requirement on all weapons. Oh Jesus. Oh right, that's why they're shitty, because they break pretty easy. Well, I'm glad I picked up another one. Well, it's gonna break. That's what it's a short sword. That was a short-lived dream. That's what. Get that there, get in here, there's just a couple dudes in here. Oh Jesus, I am two-handing my shield. Also viable. Shields are actually incredibly decent damage if you go into strength, which is surprising. Because they really weren't that big of a deal in the original game, as damage dealers go. Sure, there were the few like troll PvP builds centered around the bone wheel shield thing, and some of the spikier shields, like the one from the spiky dude's name. Spiky dude, I can't remember his name right now. Oh shit, did I just bounce off that firebomb? I did not know you could do that. Cool. But yeah, so as this video was mostly a test, I don't want to actually play too much, but I do want to get up to Malentia and get our first Caestus. Caestus? What am I saying? Caestus. Caestus? I'm pretty sure it's like a soft C sound. It's very interesting to see all these summons on the game, because I don't know, it just feels like more people are playing. I know a lot of people decided not to play Dark Souls 2 on a console and wait for the PC release, the Master Race PC people, which is actually really neat. Hello? Yep. Have enough for one. Clubs are actually real nice too. I think I can dual wield these off the bat actually, because the 1.5 of 7 actually kind of rounds up a little bit, so if it were 8 it'd be 12, if it were 6 it'd be like 9, so it ends up being like 11 for 7. I don't have enough for 2 of them, unfortunately. I will exhaust her dialogue, and hopefully she's ends up... Curse her. She ends up going to town, Majula. She might not, though. I think she only does that after you buy the key for the smith dude. Until then... Yeah, do I have... Anyway... Well, you know what? Let's farm a bit. We can grab... There's an Estus shard up above I should grab, and I'll kill a couple dudes. And then we have... I think I have a fire bomb. I don't. I should buy a fire bomb. Right. I'll buy a fire bomb in order to blow up the barrels that lead to the shortcut to her. Which would be nice to have. I don't remember what's in here. I've committed a fair amount of this game memory. There we go. Two-handing my own fist. Something kind of odd about that. Oh! There's a firebomb. Very nice. Very nice. This should be a Estus shard. I will say, again, that this game looks really pretty on PC, and, like, surprisingly enough, I have a hard time running Dark Souls 1 on PC. And this game, I'm at max settings with everything, and I have no issues. So this game is much better optimized than the other one. Alright, whoop, 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 whoop. Alright, so, assuming you figured it out, but when that shield icon comes up, it means I can try to move my mic. Let's go ahead and get the firebomb, and blowing these up will lead to a shortcut to Melentia. Right. Also, the explosion radius is bigger than I ever remember. So, alright, but now we have enough for our second Caestus. Very good. Here comes Mr. McGee. I will equip it after I fight this dude. So I wouldn't like to die now. Oh, Jesus, I'm not used to the thumbstick on the Xbox controller. I want to get behind you. Whatever. Rocky Balboa. Okay. So, put the other one on. And now... So the moveset is just essentially a 1-2 punch, and the strong is a whirlwind 3. And these things themselves do pretty good poise damage. You can see it right there. That's how much poise damage you do. 15. So that with a stone ring, which you get from a hippo dude, which didn't show, but at the very beginning of the game there's a hippo dude. Hi, buddy. Yeah, with all of that, you do pretty good poise damage, enough to stagger most things, and really to stagger most people online anyway. So there's many a PvP build centered around the Caestus. Ow. Ow. Yep, there it is. Ow. Gotta get used to it. Gotta get used to it. On a lot of these guys, I'll have heavy enough armor. Not super heavy, but heavy enough that I actually just kind of end up poising myself through most of that. So why don't we... I still don't have my spots. Why don't we try and get to the boss elevator? Not the actual boss fight itself, but more so just the elevator. Now, those guys throwing firebombs up at you, down at you, can't actually ignite those barrels, and usually whenever I actually try to make them do it purposefully, they won't. But when I try not to, they will. Strike damage is actually pretty good against armor. Slash damage, not so much. Thrust damage, yes. But also, on the flip side, strike damage isn't terribly great. I should turn off notifications. Terribly great on fleshy dudes. Like a boss that will give us a fair amount of problems just doing a good amount of damage is going to be the last giant, which is the first boss. Well, one of the first bosses you can fight. You can technically have the first boss be the Dragon Rider, which what I usually do, because I usually start off with the priest and his mace. But that's okay. That's them. And now we go through here, and we will find ourselves... I don't want to spend too much money. How much? What is this at? 90, 85. Let's go get the leather shields over here. It's actually, I think, more physical damage reduction than this thing. Nope. Nope. Shit. There we go. Boop, 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 boop. Okay. So there's that. So... yeah, 90. Less stability, but whatever. Okay. So let us grab these fire arrows for whatever reason. Why not? Elevator. The boss is down that elevator. Before I do that, though, I want to talk to Patches, who was the dude that was briefly shown at the little area we're at, because I eventually want to get his armor and maybe his spear. And to do that whole quest line, I have to talk to him now, so you can summon him for the boss fight, and ultimately, so that you can, if he lives through the boss fight, he'll appear in another place, and then you can help him out. But anyways, that'll do it for this video. It's kind of a short video. It was mostly just to test the audio stuff out. But anyways, so the next video we'll do the last giant, and then maybe we'll do the Dragon Rider, and I'll do that, and that'll be a video. But anyways, once again, thank you for watching. It's been, I think, 10 months since my last video, according to my buddy who had checked for me. Yeah, I love me some Dark Souls 2. Hopefully, I will finish the series. And, see you guys next time. Bye-bye.